guys good on the end? Ready? Okay. All right, Wisconsin-Whitewater following a second-round win against DePauw. Coach, start with you. Just kind of an opening statement regarding today's game.
Just really pleased with our ability to control the line of scrimmage, run and pass, offense and defense. It really was, and not to take credit away or anything from AP and from Ryan Wisniewski, but that's what gave the opportunity, the protection, those big holes in the beginning of the game, and to be able to establish that against the defense that has had a lot of success. That was very impressive. The other part that I think that's really stood out in that game is they're a team that has over 24 interceptions and a senior league group, and we didn't allow that. We didn't give the ball away. We didn't give the ball away, and we were able to take it away from them as well.
Okay, thank you. I'll start with Mac on the far left here. Mac, the defense had a good day. Anytime there's a 0 on the board, it tends to be good. But what were some of the keys for you guys up front? Seems like you had pressure on the quarterback all day.
Just go fast and pass rush scheme. Just have a predetermined move. We know before coming into the game they were an experienced unit. They worked well together. So we just had to play to our strengths, and that's just relentless effort and just having that predetermined move in your mind. Just going as fast as you can. It's hard to fail when you do that.
Absolutely. And Alex, a lot of room to run out there. You took full advantage of it. What was the game plan, and how did you guys execute that?
We just trying to keep it simple this week. All line, the perimeter, the receivers blocked very well, and we credit to them. We worked the field well.
All right, thank you. And Wiz, obviously the running game opens up the passing game as well. You had a couple long catches. Talk about the passing game and what you saw there out there today.
Yeah, so they like to, the linebackers like to drop super deep, so a lot of that early run game helped just give them some aggression, bring them towards the line, and it really opened up some stuff downfield. We found some formations that we liked against their defense, and we exploited them.
Thank you. Go ahead, guys, with your questions.
I guess, Coach, just talk about Nico Lemke a little bit. He was kind of a big presence on the defensive side for you guys.
The thing with Nico that is, the first thing that's unique about Nico is just his speed as a defensive tackle. He is so fast. He is so fast. And he's not that big a guy. I mean, he's 240 pounds. And for a defensive tackle to be that relentless. So, I mean, and with that speed, obviously, you have a D-tackle that can play the run game, but also be very disruptive on pass and get sacks and push him out of the pocket. And no, I mean, his speed of game is one of the fastest DTs I've ever been on.
I guess, can you kind of add on kind of the sacks that you guys got today? Because I was looking at the record book a little bit during the game, and I think it's like the last time that you guys had 9 sacks in a game was against WashU in 2017. Just kind of talk about that defensive pressure.
Well, it was just it was a good challenge for us. So we just, I guess, played up to our opponent. We were just jacked up. Finally got to see a team that like to pass the ball and just throw a bunch of different schemes at us. So I don't know. It just we were jacked up for the moment, and we rose up to the occasion. And the guys that made the plays were up for the challenge. So.
I noticed in the second half that DePauw changed from Andrews to McCahill, and how do you guys make the adjustment to defend against his offense rather than Andrews?
Ultimately, they're going to stick with their system. They're ultimately going to stick with their system, and they have a very good system. They really do. It's very impressive in how they do that.
I guess for you, Alex, there's a boatload of guys in the UW-Whitewater record book with 4 touchdowns from a running back perspective with Beaver and Coppage, and you've done it twice. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. Being the category with those guys are legends in Whitewater, so it's always fun, and we all have biggest thing is just have a good
Coach, how important is it for players like Lewandowski and Edmondson, especially younger players like Chris and Thomas, to get playing time later in games when you're winning by so much, especially at this level in the playoffs?
You know, and that to me is, you know, we often talk here about, you know, our tradition, you know what I mean, the tradition of Warhawk football. And one of the traditions is development. Probably the base element of it is, foundation is development of the athlete, of the student athlete. And when you get, there's practice repetitions, which are vital. They really do. Practice is of the essence. What you see in practice, you see in game. But in game, there's still, those reps become like gold. And those opportunities to learn and be under the pressure of a game, it's invaluable learning lessons. That does nothing but prepare them. And it's something that we've done here for so long that, I mean, you know, having a lot of players play, if somebody should get injured, it's an easy transition in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that you don't have somebody going into the game that doesn't have game experience. And it's of the essence. It's one of the base traditions we have here that builds this program.
I guess, do you have any thoughts on, obviously, this will be breaking news to you guys, Central just won at the gun over Wheaton 30-28, and just thoughts on Central. Obviously, they played Oshkosh in 2019 in the playoffs in a close game. Just kind of talk about them a little bit. I
really know nothing other than they score a lot of points. They have a very good football program, and it'll be a fun game, Daniel. And we're going to enjoy this evening. And tomorrow morning, it's all about Central.
Kind of going along with my last question for Coach, for Alex, how does it feel after you build up such a big lead and being able to take a seat on the bench and watch players like Thomas and Edmondson after you have?
It's been vital, honestly. As far as like staying healthy and being able to, I don't know how many games it is, but I've set out a lot of fourth quarters and being able to watch, you know, my brothers go crazy on the field and do their thing as well. Especially like Tamir, he's a young dude, you know, he's a freshman on the field, so watching him go, watch Jalen break out big runs, it's really great to see.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.